Local concerts offer Lake Orion residents some much-needed live entertainment while following social distancing guidelines. Lake Orion was the site of the latest Slow Row event as paddlers gathered to enjoy the beauty of the lake. Downtown Lake Orion was bustling with diners, shoppers, and cornhole teams vying for a championship. It was the end of an era as the last remnants of the palace were brought down in a controlled demolition. Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. I'll have those stories and more on this edition of ONTV News. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, virtually all forms of live entertainment have been canceled or postponed. But as restrictions ease up here in Michigan, Orion Township has decided to move forward with their outdoor concerts, and the community and performers have been grateful. Orion Township's Wildwood Concert Series kicked off on July 7th with the band known as Itchy-Coo Park performing rock from the 60s and 70s. It was a much-needed return to normalcy for those desperate for live entertainment.
Most venues in the area have canceled their season, and so there were a lot of bands that were looking to book, that were looking for places to play and venues to pay them to play.
On July 14th, the Journey tribute band Captured Detroit filled in as a last-second replacement, entertaining the social distancing crowd with Journey's greatest hits. It was the first time the band had played at the Wildwood Amphitheater.
We've been shut down pretty good for about 5 or 6 months now. We've got shows canceling out as far as September now. People are they just don't know where we're going. They just don't know what's happening. So with us though, I would imagine that people that really rely on this for their livelihood are getting hit hard. We're pretty lucky we have other jobs and we have other things. And to sing Journey music, it's not hard to get a group of people together to come and listen to you. So it is affecting us, but we muddle through, and we're out here today going to sing some songs about love and fun and friendship and see what goes on.
Organizers were forced to cancel performances by the North Oakland Concert Band and Lake Orion High School due to the large size of the bands. Social distancing is enforced at each concert and capacity is limited to 100 attendees. Face masks are encouraged but not mandatory.
In this world right now, there's not a lot to do. There's everything has been taken away from us for the most part. And this is something that people have enjoyed coming to every single year. So in my estimation, it's just so fabulous to bring something to the community that people look forward to.
The concert series continues on July 21st with a performance by a 50-amp Fuse. Enjoy some cool jazz by Dave Bennett on July 28th, Bob Seger tribute band Kathmandu on August 4th, and the season comes to an end on August 11th with Elton John tribute band Tommy Lee Thompson. Former Township Supervisor Matt Gibb will perform from 7 to 7:30 p.m. For more information, you can call 248-391-0304, extension 3500, or visit orionparks.com. For those of you looking for more live entertainment, just head into downtown Lake Orion to enjoy some music and fresh air in the park. On the evening of Wednesday, July 8th, the Lake Orion Downtown Development Authority kicked off its Lake Orion Live Music Series with a performance by Steve Taylor at the Gazebo in Children's Park. The COVID-19 pandemic threatened the music series, but the loosening of restrictions in Michigan prompted the DDA to move forward.
Thank you, Molly. Thank you to the Lake Orion DDA for putting these concerts on. So many have been canceled this summer, so it's nice to be able to be playing some music outside.
Attendees are encouraged to observe social distancing guidelines, and park capacity is limited to 100 people, although nearby businesses offer outdoor seating to enjoy the music as well. Jamie Marvin performed pop and folk songs at the Gazebo on July 15th. In addition to the Wednesday concerts at the park, a DJ will provide music in the downtown area on Thursday evenings, and visitors can enjoy performances in the park the first Friday of August, September, and October.
Walk the streets with you. Here I am with this whole guitar, doing what I do.
People felt comfortable. The people who were here were really happy that we were going to have the concert, and we have safe distancing boxes spray painted out on the ground, and people were sitting in them, and it helped. It was a great way for us to remind everyone how to maintain a safe distance, and they were doing it. We had the entire concert series scheduled by February. And then in March, we kind of made a decision to put everything on hold and cut back. And at the end of May, the DDA board decided to look at their priorities again, and in light of the pandemic and what's happening downtown and the stress that it's had on our businesses. And we decided that placemaking and events and things that we could do that would help provide safe distancing in the downtown would be the most important thing that we could do. So then, instead of just an 8-week music concert, we decided to have 8 weeks of weekly Wednesday concerts as we've had in the past. We're also planning to add DJs in the downtown area on Thursday nights. And then we're doing kind of a bigger concert, a First Fridays concert, August, September, and October here in the park again. So we doubled the event schedule actually for this summer.
Lake Orion's 20 Front Street has taken on the responsibility of booking the talented performers to entertain the crowds, and the support of local businesses to make the music series possible.
I want to give special thanks to Oxford Bank. They're our presenting sponsor, and they have been a presenting sponsor for a few years for the gazebo concerts. Traditionally in the past, they've been able to bring popcorn and be out here in the park with us. This year, they're going to be out here in the park with this gorgeous banner reminding everybody that they support what's happening in the downtown area. We also have Sunrise Rotary. They are out here providing cold drinks, cold water for everybody. Also, they sponsor Joe Young, our village manager, who also happens to be a balloon artist. That is a joy that the kids get to have every summer, and we're very glad that Sunrise Rotary is sponsoring that. I already mentioned our relationship with 20 Front Street. And then we have Cookies and Cream. They're also a sponsor this year. On Wednesday, she was out, Elena Campbell, the owner, was out with homemade cookies. They were delicious. They're giving out free ice cream coupons for everyone who comes into the park. They're an excellent sponsor, and they're just across the way, so a great way to have some ice cream and enjoy the music.
The DDA has placed 20 picnic tables in Children's Park, nearby Meeks Park, and Greens Park on the shores of Lake Orion. Lake Orion Live will continue throughout the summer and come to an end on October 2nd. For concert dates and a list of upcoming performers, visit downtownlakeorion.org and click on the Events tab.
Well, the days are getting shorter and the nights are getting cold. September's coming faster than you think. So make some memories, keep your eyes open wide, because you just might miss it if you blink. And thank God for this day and the summer sky so blue, for your family and friends and the ones who love you. Don't forget to be grateful for all your dreams that came true, and the sun in the summer sky so blue, and the sun in the summer sky so blue, and the sun in the summer sky so blue. Well, thank you very much. All right.
As the pandemic stretches well into the summer, activities are limited, but getting out and enjoying nature is one way you can continue to social distance while getting in a little recreation. On Wednesday, July 15th, dozens of paddlers gathered at the DNR boat launch on Indianwood Road for Slow Row LO on Lake Orion. It was the second event of the year, with paddlers taking part in a cleanup on Lake 16 in June. Slow Row LO was started in 2016 by Orion Township Supervisor Chris Barnett, and the monthly event is held on various lakes throughout North Oakland County. Kevin Wynn frequently paddles on Lake Orion and helped coordinate the July gathering.
On 3, paddles up. 1, 2, paddles up.
So basically, it's a very slightly organized event of group who just wants to paddle. We call it slow row because we're not racing. We're just all out there paddling. Everybody's welcome. There's no membership, no nothing like that. If it floats, you're welcome. So today we're just going to go out for about a 2-hour trek, come back here for people who want to go home, and then we're going to go out again for people who want to stay, because some of us will be out here till 10 o'clock at night tonight.
The family-friendly event welcomes paddlers of all ages and skill levels, and even furry friends are welcome. Some participants return to Lake Orion every week and enjoy tasty food on Taco Tuesday. It's an intimate way to explore the lake and enjoy the beauty it has to offer.
I mean, there's nothing better than being on the lake and just, all your stress is gone once you're on the water. You know, if you leave it there, leave it at the door, don't bring it down here. We don't talk politics, we don't talk anything like that. We just have a good time. And people will go out into their own little groups, you know, and some people be faster and some people be slower. And it's just a good time.
The next Slow Row LO is scheduled to take place on Sunday, August 9th at noon on Tommy's Lake at Camp Agawam, followed by an event on Squaw Lake in Oxford Township on September 16th, and East Graham Lake at Balt Mountain Recreation Area in October. For more information, visit Slow Row LO on Facebook. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced the cancellation of many fundraising events over the past few months, so nonprofit organizations have to come up with creative ways to raise money while adhering to social distancing guidelines. On the evening of Thursday, July 16th, downtown Lake Orion was bustling with activity. Not only were people eating and shopping, it was the third week of the American Legion's Cornhole League, which acts as a fundraiser for the organization. Game boards were placed in several different locations throughout the downtown area.
We have a couple here always at the Legion as kind of the home base. There's a set down at Cookies and Cream, the ice cream place below 20 Front Street. There's some loud. There's a set at Fork and Pint. We're over in front of 313 Pizza tonight, and that's sort of our roving board, which could go a few other places, but that's primarily where we'll be.
A dozen teams signed up for the tournament, which started in June and will come to an end during the final weekend in August. That's when a team will be crowned champion of the inaugural league.
For the inaugural Lake Orion Downtown Cornhole League Championship won, and there will be a trophy that stays at the Legion with their sponsor name on it each year. But also there's a little bit of money involved. We got a couple $100 for first and a little bit for second and a little bit for third, but mostly it's bragging rights.
Entry fees and sponsorships help American Legion Post 233 continue to serve veterans and families in the Lake Orion community.
Our biggest program, Sons of the American Legion program, is our annual 12 Families of Christmas program, where we adopt a dozen families in the community and try to support them through the holidays. But there are also a number of, everything from a small support of a veteran to, larger national programs. There are just myriad veterans' needs.
Although the current Cornhole League is filled due to its success, organizers are hoping to offer a league in the fall. For more information, call 248-693-2782 or visit orionlegion.org. The Michigan primary is coming up quickly, with voters casting their ballots on Tuesday, August 4th, and the November presidential election will be here before you know it. Oakland County wants to let voters know they're doing all they can to make sure Election Day is safe and secure. On Tuesday, July 14th, Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter hosted a press conference from the Bureau of Elections live on Facebook. During the press conference, Coulter was joined by Board of Commissioners Chairman Dave Woodward and Oakland County Clerk Lisa Brown to announce the steps the county is taking to ensure the upcoming elections are safe and secure during the current COVID-19 pandemic for both voters and election workers.
We know we have to have enough election workers, and that those election workers need the right technology to do their jobs and to count these ballots, especially the absentee ballots. And we don't want them to be overwhelmed. We want to assist them where we can to get these elections done right. Elections are vital to our democracy. and the timely and accurate reporting of those elections is critical to the confidence of our voters. Election workers need PPE, and so we need to outfit them with the tools and the equipment that they need to be safe during the elections.
Board Chairman Dave Woodward formed the Oakland County Safe, Healthy, and Secure Election Advisory Council in June to identify challenges and make recommendations to the Board of Commissioners to preserve the democratic process.
We were already going into the 2020 election with people's ability to cast an absentee ballot easier, registering to vote easier, creating its own unique challenges, and then to add the conditions of a global pandemic on top of it, just add that much greater challenge to the situation. Now, we are so fortunate in Oakland County. We have the most amazing local clerks. We have an incredible elections director, an incredible county clerk that's making sure that every vote gets counted and breaking through every barrier necessary to ensure that happens. We have that in place day in and day out. What we realized in looking across the country, the Wisconsin election, Georgia election, on the national stage, we saw what I would call a breakdown democracy and barriers clearly on display that made it harder for people to count their ballots. And so a number of us came together and thought that was absolutely essential. If we step up to help make recommendations, we could actually lead in Oakland County in a way that, frankly, no other county has been able to lean into solving this problem.
The Board of Commissioners adopted 4 resolutions to urge Oakland County residents to vote by mail to avoid exposure to COVID-19 at polling locations, to create an interlocal agreement to facilitate local communities partnering with the county clerk to process and count absentee ballots, to appropriate $500,000 to educate the public about the safety of absentee voting and provide clear instructions to voters, and to appropriate funding for new voter tabulation equipment and purchase a virtual election worker training program. County Clerk Lisa Brown was on hand to go over the steps necessary when voting absentee in the upcoming August 4th primary election.
So when it comes to voting, we see more spoiled ballots in the August primary elections than any other election. And we want to ensure every citizen's vote counts. So we are doing a voter education program, reminding voters, use a blue or black ink pen when filling in the box next to your choice. Don't use a check mark, don't use an X, don't circle your choice. You're going to fill in that box next to your choice. And remember, in August, you can only vote for one party's candidates. And that includes when you flip the ballot over. You have to be consistent on the backside. So whatever party you voted on the front, make sure you're voting for that same party on the back. And then also don't forget the nonpartisan section of the ballot, which will be the 3rd column all the way to the right. So you can fill out 2 columns, one partisan and then the nonpartisan. And when you return your ballot, be sure to sign the outer envelope. And it must be returned to your city or township clerk's office by 8 p.m. on election day.
The Board of Commissioners is also discussing the possibility of sending out absentee ballots with prepaid postage for the presidential election in November. For more information, visit oakgov.com/clerk/ROD/elections. And finally, the view driving down I-75 in Auburn Hills will be noticeably different as it is absent an iconic structure. On Saturday, July 11th at 8 a.m., demolition crews used 800 pounds of dynamite to implode what was left of the Palace of Auburn Hills. Hundreds of spectators lined Lapeer Road to witness the collapse of the structure, which within seconds of the detonation charge sent clouds of dust in the air. People came from near and far for one last farewell. Why was it so important to come out here today?
A lot of memories at the Palace. I mean, went to concerts here. I had a lot of good times here.
I feel kind of disappointed that they brought it down. I have a lot of memories of the Palace, going there for games and stuff.
It was a great family time. Seeing something like this is not something that happens every day. So we've seen a couple of other implosions, and it's just an interesting thing to see. We missed the fireworks this year, so I guess this is a substitute for that.
Oh, it's sad. It's sad. You will not see the stadium anymore, so, sad.
The 23,000-seat venue opened in August 1988, held 3 decades of memories, and hosted thousands of games, concerts, and events. Speaking of basketball, the Palace served as the home for the Detroit Pistons, including their back-to-back championships within the Bad Boy era in 1989 and 1990, then in 2004. Our very own Joe Johnson dug up a Palace memory in our archives where he interviewed Magic Johnson in April 1994 for the Ron Ball Classic.
Hope that they just have fun and that they also understand that their future is bright, but they have to, from here, work hard. But it's really not what these kids get as much as what the charities get. And that's what this game is all about.
The final event at the Palace was the Bob Seger concert held in 2017. Now, 3 years later, the Palace is gone, but it will certainly not be forgotten.
You could say a final goodbye or some kind of word, what would you say?
It'll be a great memory, and just looking forward to the future. You know, new research park, new jobs, so looking forward to that.
It's a heartbreaker, but you know they're gonna build new stuff here, new developments and all that. So I'm kind of looking forward to the future too. So
thank you, Palace of Auburn Hills, for giving Michigan residents and people around the world such fond memories. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway. Thanks for watching.